Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to Putting on a Better Face with me, Aunt Angel to many, and ZGALA to a few. Maybe ZGALA to you. I got a lot on my mind today. I got a fair number of eyebrow hairs to take care of. And I wanted to keep up with making videos, so I thought I would do it all at once. And one of the things that was on my mind was, now I don't have a lot of feedback on my videos yet, in general. But understandably, this little mini-series of Putting on a Better Face has so far not been scoring all that well, in what little I can tell. And so I was thinking, well, am I just indulging myself? Am I torturing y'all? What's going on? But the thing is, I started this channel wanting to promote authenticity, curiosity, courage, communication, compassion, just human interaction, the real thing, the real raw deal, unedited, unscripted. That's how I roll. And I keep trying to improve. I'm always wanting to improve. For the record, I'm not trying to scare you, but I kind of don't mind if I do. For whatever that's worth. I think it's important to see each other as our beautiful, diverse selves in all our, no, I'm not, there's plenty of gruesomeness in my life. I'm not showing you, don't worry. Showing you all, but I know it's all on a relative scale, and I'm actually an Airbnb host. One of the things I've learned or reaffirmed in doing that is just how different people are. We have different levels of expectations and experiences, standards, and openness, closedness, disagreeability, all those kind of psychological aspects combined with our experiences and the context of any given situation tend to add up to a whole lot of variety. I think that's great. Anyway, I'm not going to try to do a perfect job, not that I usually do. I'm going to try even less. I noticed some of these that would have been black, those sneaky black hairs have turned white recently. That's interesting. Not surprising, I suppose. I just realized my hands are really funky, so I'm going to take a moment, even though that's not my face. They're touching my face. That brings to mind, I didn't, never mind. That's one of those gruesome facts that I won't share. Anyway, let's get back to what was on my mind was, what was it? It was rawness, authenticity versus polish, presentation. I was thinking earlier this morning on my walk about, which I do most mornings without my better face on yet. And I feel quite confident. I don't, that's not the main thing that does it for me, but it does help. I mean, clearly I'm aware of it. I brought it up, right? So, but I guess I'm trying to get at, I like to feel my confidence, my beauty, my oneness, my worthiness of belonging in the universe, aside from whatever I'm wearing or whatever, however much makeup I'm wearing, or how much care I put into my hair, any of that rhymy stuff. And at the same time, I'm always trying to improve. And one of the areas I know that I tend to fall down a lot is in not meeting other humans' expectations. Now, again, there's a streak of me, a rebellious streak in me, that as far as I know comes right down some genetic line. Whoops. and that I think is a really good thing. So I'm not trying to put myself down for it. In fact, that's my point, is that I like that rebellious aspect of my nature in many ways, even though it can be problematic at times. I really wouldn't have myself any other way. You know what I'm saying? I think we sometimes we tend to, I should just speak for myself. I tend to get critical self-doubting and comparing to others, or even comparing to some fantasy version of myself that I haven't lived up to. That's probably the most common thing that happens to me. And then I think, oh, we shouldn't have a fantasy version of yourself. But then, I mean, why? As they say, shoot for the stars, you might hit the moon. It's just an expression. Because it's not, it falls apart, as many analogies do. Anyway, I think both. It's not a matter of either or. It's that our very fallible, limited minds can only perceive things in a certain way, and it's important to try to also put like a lot of space around that, realizing that it's very fallible, as in wrong a lot. So it's like one of my favorite coaches, Tom Bilyeu, was just saying yesterday how it's important to have like this real confidence, like almost an arrogance to be a good leader, knowing that you're right, while at the same time holding this knowledge that you're for sure wrong in some ways, and constantly kind of asking, where am I wrong, without giving in to self-doubt. And I think that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Neither one of us said it all that clearly, but he probably said it a lot better than me. He's got a conviction, and that's exactly what he was talking about, which is part of what makes him successful. He's very convincing, even if you know, and even if later he will admit that he's, might be wrong in some ways or not entirely certain. He goes all in. We like that. I like that. It feels good, but I tend to hesitate a lot. And snowboarding will teach you. So will business. Hesitation is not good. You got to just jump in. You got to just try the thing. Time is speeding by. And while you're busy hesitating on the side, other people going to go ahead and try it out and learn, fail and learn. You got to be okay with failing. It's really just about the tries. And then that's again where it gets tricky, because in the same way that you got to balance believing your magical powers, so to speak, and also being realistic, you got to balance not caring too much and just trying, knowing that you'll fail, and then also trying to do well, not just getting sloppy, as I do tend to be, I will admit. I use creativity as an arena for that, so I do well with some like limitations and boundaries and rules, even if they're made up, which I do find plenty of, so that's good. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how we have so many beautiful, diverse, different perspectives, and how our default, like unconscious position is to dislike the other, be suspicious of the other if it's different, we don't understand it. But that's really silly and gotten us in a lot of trouble, a lot of wars, a lot of disagreements, a lot of bad feelings. And I think we could turn that around. We could shift that and have a lot more good feelings, a lot more fair trade, a lot more openings and options and peace. I'd like to see that. I think most of us would like to see that. And I think the way one of the ways, at least, to it is putting more space around the things we disagree about, and trying to keep in mind that we're looking for those opportunities, for those commonalities. And or, here's the thing, we don't have to find a commonality to appreciate each other. Like, I think a lot about the masculine and the feminine, and how it's like we have a lot in common, and we also have a lot that's different, and it's those differences that make us so valuable to each other. And yes, either, like, all humans have some masculine and feminine, and I think in this day and age, it's cool that we can all survive so independently in some situations, but I also see very clearly that there's a lot of opportunity in pairing up with someone and matching those masculine and feminine aspects, or introverted, extroverted, chaotic and organized. I'm not trying to equivocate those. I'm just pointing out all these beautiful dualities that we have to work with. And I think if we start to embrace those more, instead of looking at them as barriers, or, yeah, we need to see them as opportunities, and then they can become that. And I think we have more to say than we think. I know that's probably just because I talk a lot. But I mean, seriously, in the realm of co-creating our future together, and our, like, just put aside the future, our collective right now. Your experience right now has a lot to do with what thoughts you focus on. And that's true for all of us. And so, yeah, I hope we can all remember to bring a little more space, a little more peace, a little more respect for each other. Let's see if I can find a pair of glasses that work at this distance. Those are all right. Yep, another 12 minutes well spent for me. It was good for me. I hope it was good for you. Let me know if you have any thoughts on my ramblings. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're curious, and I hope you are. And you can let me know what you'd rather see more of. You can be assured that a lot of my content is not this, but it is some of this right now. So we'll see what we can see together, huh? As always, stay curious, stay courageous, stay free. Ciao for now. Peace.